you see movies like this, and you see the girl who you're just, there's no way you're an awkward teenager. You don't buy it all. I bought it.
Thank you.
Completely.
Thank you.
Oh, how can you relate? How was your childhood? It's got to be obviously very different.
It is. I was homeschooled. I started homeschooling like halfway through 6th grade, so I didn't necessarily get that traditional high school experience. And even then, I didn't feel as though that created any disconnect between me and this character, because I really truly felt that more than this ever feeling like a teen movie or a high school movie, it's a movie about what being a teenager really feels like. And I've felt all of these feelings before, and in some ways I've never been able to express them through any form of a role or a song. And when this came about, the opportunity of really being able to just let that all go and convince people that I have felt that way, even though they might not think that, this role was one of a kind, and being able to play it was an honor.
I feel like being a teenager is so rough now.
Yeah, it is.
You know, like now social media would be like that. There's a scene where you send that.
Yes.
That's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
It's the scariest thing I've seen all year.
Right? Forget Halloween in like a couple days. That's
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's completely changed. I think the great thing about this movie is that, I mean, and speaking to the social media aspect, is it's so perfectly integrated into the film to where it's not the center of it.
No.
But it truly does show how it affects us and how it affects how we think of ourselves and our relationships and our friendships. And yeah, I mean, it really sort of does that perfectly.
I know you're into music, obviously. Yes. You're very talented.
Thank you.
And the music is very important in the soundtrack. What did you kind of get to pick any of that? Did you get to be involved in that aspect?
The whole way that worked was, this was really cool for me. I have a playlist, sort of an unofficial playlist for every character or role that I play, just so that I feel like I can live in this one world and create it and not get thrown off by something that would randomly come on shuffle. So I'll create sort of a space that I can go to and listen to, and I would have conversations with Kelly and Jim and our producers on sort of what they had in mind, and they would send me playlists as to sort of what they heard being played in certain parts of the movie. So to sort of get on the same page with them from that early on was pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Another thing, there's an interesting connection with you and Kira, your mom. How do you connect with that? What was the environment like on the set? Because it does seem there's so much heartbreak and so much pain. What was it like to work with these people? She's tremendous.
Tremendous, to say the least. That for me wasn't typically easy because 2 reasons. I love her and she's so funny and so much fun to be around, and to act like it's the complete opposite. And my mom is my best friend, and I couldn't even imagine it being any different. So really feeling and finding that sort of disconnect and feeling like the one person that I want to understand me just doesn't is heartbreaking. And discovering moments between us and our characters all the time, constantly, was just amazing, and it happened constantly. But yeah, that relationship it's quite heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, I think this character's kind of heartbreaking.
Sure.
I mean, it's not easy. She's not always perfect. She makes some really dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
But that's got to be a lot more fun. I mean, that's got to be way more interesting as an actor to...
Absolutely, and to play a character that at times is sort of unlikable. I mean, that's the reality, and that was fun.
What do you want people to get from this? Teenagers, people that watch this.
Yeah, I want people to watch this and feel like this is their story and this is their own, and they can call it their own and watch it and feel like they're not alone. And really, I just hope that they feel like this really is an honest interpretation and representation of what being a teenager really feels like.